Okay, what we're talking about today is how to combine like terms. Okay, now when I say like terms, I mean terms that are alike. Okay, for example, on the work that you guys were supposed to do, all right, like I was saying, like terms in the work that you were supposed to do on Friday, what I was saying is you can add the number of apples to apples. You would say 5 apples and 3 apples is 8 apples. You can add the number of oranges to oranges. You'd say 2 oranges and 3 oranges is 5 oranges. But what you wouldn't do is you wouldn't add your number of apples and oranges together, because what happens is if I say 5 apples plus 3 oranges equals 8 apples and oranges, you have to combine them together, and you don't do that. Okay, so in math, when I say like terms means basically means the same variable or the same type of number. Okay, that's really not a very good definition. The main thing that I want you to think of is that means your same variable. All right. For example, like we were talking about a while ago, your 3x plus 5x would give you 8x. Think of it like this. If I said 3x's plus 5x's equals 8x's. Okay, that's really what you're doing whenever you're combining like terms, is you're adding terms that have the same kind of variable together. Okay, think of combine. When I say combine, that literally just means put them together or add them together. Okay, where it gets difficult is whenever you have mixed terms. Okay, for example, let's say I have negative 6x plus 3 plus 4x. You have to determine what are like terms, what could be combined together. Okay, for example, I cannot combine these two things together because this has a variable attached to it and this does not. Okay, so when you're talking about like terms, you're looking for the ones that have the same kind of a variable attached to them. So if I were trying to simplify this, the two things that I would combine would be the negative 6 and the positive 4. And remember, when I say combine, that means add together. What is negative 6 plus 4? And you can do it in the calculator. What is negative 6 plus 4? Should give you negative 2. Okay, so whenever I combine these two things together, it should give you negative 2. Well, since those had x's attached to them, so will this one. Okay, and 3 wasn't allowed to combine with these two because 3 doesn't have a variable. So since I didn't combine it, you just attach it on the end. So the simplified version of this expression right here is this expression down here. Okay, to give you another example, say I have negative 3 plus 2y minus 5y plus 6. You can do some simplifying here by combining like terms. So what you want to do is you want to look for the same variables. You want to combine those or add those together. And you also want to look for numbers that don't have variables. Those can also be combined. Okay, so obviously we can combine these two together, right? Because they're both y's. So I'm going to underline those. I can combine these two. But I also can combine a negative 3 with a positive 6 because those would be considered like terms as well, right? They don't have anything attached to them. They're the same type of number. So what happens when I combine negative 3 plus 6? In the calculator, type in negative 3 plus 6. It gives you 3. Okay, and then what happens when I combine a 2 and a negative 5? And remember, this means 2 plus negative 5. Negative 3. So since these had a y attached to them, so is my negative 3. All this means is I have combined these two to give me this guy. I have combined those two to give me this guy. Okay? That's what we're doing, is we're combining like terms. The reason that we combine like terms is so that we can solve some different looking equations. Okay, any questions about this so far? It's fairly easy, you just kind of need to get used to it, okay? So let's look at some actual equations. Let's say I have 2x plus 3x plus 10 minus 5 equals 25. Now we're still going to solve equations like we have been, following our steps. But now you're going to need to combine like terms first. Okay, so if there's any sort of like numbers that you can put together, you want to do that. All right? So tell me, what's some things that I can, and remember, you're still wanting to ignore whatever's on the other side of the equal sign. Leave it alone for now. So I'm looking over here, and I want to know what's some things that I can combine together. Right, I can combine 2x and 3x. What do I get when I, remember, combine means add. What do I get when I add 2x and 3x? You get 5x, right? Is there anything else I can combine here? Can I combine those? Are those the same kind of number? Do they have any variable attached to them? That means you can combine them as well. So what do I get when I combine a 10 with a negative 5? 5, right? I get a positive 5. So now that I have combined those and those, can I combine these two? 5x and 5? You cannot, right? This one's got a variable attached, this one does not. You can't combine those. So now that I have simplified this equation, that's called simplifying it. Whenever you can put stuff together, you're simplifying it. Well, now we know how to solve this equation, right? What would we do? We would subtract 5. 5x equals 20. And then what would we do? Divide by 5. And 20 divided by 5 is 4. So after all is said and done, solving the equations, the steps are the same. You just want to see if you can combine some stuff first. Okay? If you don't, you may not be able to solve the equation. Alright. I really don't have a whole ton of examples today, but I do want to do enough to get you comfortable at least. Okay, let's do 36 equals 12x plus 1 minus 3x plus 10. Okay, first thing is you're going to ignore 36 because it's on the other side of the equal sign from all this stuff. So I'm looking over here and I want to know what's some things I can combine. Tell me. 12x, and make sure you know that because this says minus 3x, it's actually a negative 3x, okay? Those things go together. So what happens when I combine a 12 and a negative 3? 12 plus negative 3. You get 9. And since those had an x, so does this. So those two guys combined to give me 9. Can I combine anything else? I can combine 1 and 10. That should be easy because they're both positive. What's 1 and 10 make? 11. Positive, right? So I'm going to do plus 11. Okay, and then how do I solve this equation? We're going to subtract 11. I might have given us a bad problem with a decimal. That's okay. 36 minus 11 is 25. And then we would divide by 9. Ugh. I got 2.777778. So we're just going to say 2.7 with a repeating thing over it. I didn't make up a very good problem there. That's okay. Okay, we good? Okay, a few more. All right, let's do negative 3x plus 5 minus x plus 6 equals 75. Now I want you to look closely at this one. I want you to pay real close attention. We probably already can see some things that we can combine. What can we combine? The negative 3x and the x, right? Now, this is something that we talked about a while back. When you have a negative variable, what have I been telling you guys to do? Put a 1 there, okay? So, you guys are right. We can combine negative 3x with a negative 1x. In the calculator, type in negative 3 plus negative 1. And it gives you negative 4x. Remember, combine means add together. So those two make negative 4x. What else can I combine? Positive 5 and positive 6. What's positive 5 and positive 6 makes? 11, right? Positive 11. So plus 11. At this point, we really already know how to do these, but we're going to continue it just to finish it out. Subtract 11. 64. Yeah. And then what are these things doing again? Multiplying, so we need to divide by negative 4. Okay. 64 divided by negative 4 is negative 16. All right, example 4. I'm going to let you guys try this one by yourself, but before I let you go, what do you think the number in front of an x is? A 1. So you should do that. You should make a 1 there. X is the same thing as 1x. Okay, try this one. See if you can combine your like terms and then finish solving the equation. Alright, I think y'all are ready. So, what can we combine with the 9x? The 1x. 9x and 1x makes 10x. And then we can combine 7 and negative 2, right? What's 7 and negative 2 make? 5. Positive 5. Now, and that is something that you need to make sure. This sign directly in front of it goes with it. So minus 2 is really a negative 2. So then we're going to subtract 5. 10x equals 50. Divide by 10. X equals 5. All right, let's do one more of these with a bunch of negatives in it because I heard that little mistake over there. And I want you guys to see the minus signs as negative signs. That's what they are. So 28 equals 3x minus 6 minus 9x minus 8. Lots of negatives. Y'all try this one. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is we want to see what we can combine. And you're probably recognizing it now. I want to be able to combine my 3x and my negative 9x. In the calculator, you will type, remember, combine means add. That's an easy thing to think about. If you combine things, you put them together. You add them together. So it's 3 plus negative 9. Negative 6. So those make negative 6x when I combine them. And then I can also combine my negative 6 and my negative 8, right? What's negative 6 plus negative 8? Negative 14. Very good. Now, if you, for some reason, let me make a note real quick. If you, for some reason, combined these first and then combined those, that's fine. These two are just going to be flip-flopped. It's fine. You're still going to solve this by adding 14. 28 and 14 is 42. And then, how do we get rid of the negative 6? Divide, right? And then 42 divided by negative 6 is negative 7. There you go. I'm going to give you a shape. Okay? Ugh. I'm going to give you a shape. And I'm going to say that this side is represented by x. This side is x plus 4. And this side is 2x minus 6. And I'm going to tell you that the perimeter is a certain number. In this case, I'm going to say it's 30. And I want you to find what x should be. So let's think about what we're talking about here. When we say perimeter of something, what does that mean? The outside. Good. It means all the way around the outside of that shape. And you take all of those numbers and you do what with them to find the perimeter? No? Go all the way around, you add them all together, okay? So in this case, if they're telling me that the perimeter is 30, they're talking about adding up all of the sides. Well, this is now something that we should know how to do. If I take these three sides and I add them together, I'm just going to start with this one. X plus 4 plus the other one, 2x minus 6. If you add all three sides together, it should equal 30. Okay, that's what this problem is trying to get you to do. They're trying to set you up a combining like terms problem. So now, you don't want to say your name, no, in front of you. Okay, can I, looking at you, ACDC. Okay, can I combine x, and 2x? What numbers are in front of these x's? No, a 1, right? So tell me. Okay, I'm sorry, you were adding them together. What's 1x plus 1x plus 2x? 1 plus 1 plus 2. 4x. Okay? Victory, yeah, I know. So 1x plus 1x plus 2x is 4x. And then I can combine the 4 and the negative 6, right? You guys, can I do that? What's 4 plus negative 6? Nope. 4 and negative 6 is negative 2. And then obviously we just add 2 and divide by 4. And x equals 8. Y'all, the end of this problem I'm not really worried about. You just need to be able to know, okay, when they say perimeter, they're talking about adding up all the sides, which is what we've done. And then that's when our combining like terms comes into play, which is what we just learned how to do.